Okay, a question like number 27. Solve the equation for y. Now, if you notice, it doesn't say algebraically, which means that you can do whatever you want. You can graph it, you can algebraically do it, you can end solve it. So you have a lot of choices here. Now, in a happy world, from a math person's point of view, it'd be awesome if you knew to FOIL this side out, bring everything to the same side, factor and solve, and that shows us that you actually know what you're doing. So I'm going to go under the premise that you've done that. You know to FOIL, you know to bring everything to the same side, and you know to factor and solve. So then why would I show you this? Is because if you're in the situation where you have finished early and you need to sit there anyway, you're going to need to check what you've done. And a good way to do that is to set this up in the calculator just to make sure you're fine. So we want to solve this equation. My first thought is to end solve this. So we're going to say we want to end solve. And there's one of two thoughts here. You can just change everything to x, because that's what the calculator likes, or you can do it in y. You just have to tweak something at the end. So you would say y minus 3 squared equals 4y minus 12. And the thing you'd have to tweak is you wouldn't say x equals, you would say y equals 5. And then you'd bring it down and say y equals negative 5, because as I talked about in an earlier video, when you end solve, I can't express this enough, for years and years at a time, forever and ever and ever, you need x equals 5 and negative 5, and that will get you both answers. Another way that you can do this is you could set it up graphically. You can ask, but in this case, you need to change it to x. You can ask the calculator to graph x minus 3 squared, the tab button so you can open up another one, and then you can ask the calculator to graph 4x minus 12, and then you could find their intersection points. Remember, that's geometry, points and lines, intersection points, and you just touch both graphs, and that will get you all of your answers. So if I scroll down, I touch at 3, and I touch at 7 again. So both ways to go can give you the answer, and because it doesn't say algebraically, both of them are fine.